And how about this? And this is the most disgusting one. Beyonce is going to use a surrogate so she can maintain her body. I don't believe that one. Well, here's one that's even more disgusting than that. They're adopting, but they're going to play it off like it's allegedly, you know, like they gave birth. I don't know, but I can. Okay, now you remember I was the first one to say this. And you remember, because wait, I haven't said it yet. Watch. It's going to be an at-home water birth in the master bathroom. There are going to be 3 people there. Beyonce, Jay-Z, and her mother, Miss Tina.
So, we all know that Jaguar Wright has been pressed on the Carters' necks for a long time now. And much to everybody's surprise, she still hasn't caught a lawsuit from them yet. She done said a lot of things, like how that family been ruining Hollywood like the Illuminati, that Jay-Z sacrificed Biggie to take his spot, that Beyonce is stealing songs and souls like it's coupon day. This time around, word just got out that she's out to expose Blue Ivy's surrogate mother. Yep, you heard that right. Allegedly, Beyonce did not carry that baby herself.
We all know that Blue Ivy came from a surrogate. They shut that hospital down like a president had just been. And parents who had just had children themselves weren't even allowed to see their own kids for 24 hours because of the security that was locking that whole thing down.
$1.3 million is alleged that Beyonce and Jay-Z, the Carters, paid this hospital to have the right to have their baby there in complete secrecy and privacy.
Okay, so do we know if the surrogate was alive?
They typically turn some of the cameras off so that there was no pictures that were being taken.
All of those rumors started back in 2011 when Beyonce got pregnant with her first child, Blue Ivy. So she showed up at an Australian talk show called The Sunday Night with Molly Meldrum to talk about, well, motherhood and a couple other things. But the people could not help but notice that while Beyonce bent over to take a seat, her 5 months long baby bump kind of got squished, squashed, and smooshed. Maybe it was the fabric of her gown, maybe it was a trick of the light, we don't know. However, mothers from around the world agreed with Wendy Williams when she said that it was remotely impossible for a pregnant woman with a visible baby bump to bend over like that while taking a seat.
When I would get out of the bed and sit up at a kitchen table, I wouldn't be able to sit like that. Like I was so concerned about my back and the baby, even at 5 months, you know, I sat like this, right?
When this happened, approximately 14 years ago now, a lot of conspiracy theories were flying around. One of which was that Beyonce was using the pregnancy as a prop to keep Jay-Z's other baby mama away, who was also alleged to be pregnant at the same time. Another was the news of a baby who helped skyrocket her career and keep the tabloids talking about her. Ciao. It was one conspiracy theory after the other, and Beyonce came on out to talk about how she found the whole thing ridiculous, but that didn't stop the tabloids from rolling.
There are actually a lot of people that believe this rumor, and it's crazy. I guess there are some crazy celebrities in the world, so we get a bad rep. But to think that I would be that vain, and I respect mothers and women so much, and to be able to experience bringing a child into this world. If you're lucky and fortunate enough to experience that, I would never ever take that for granted. I mean, it's the most powerful thing you can ever do in your life.
Things eventually came to a stop when people started to notice the striking resemblance between Blue Ivy and a younger version of Beyonce as she grew up. However, word on the street is that Jaguar Wright has decided to ignite the spark of the rumor again. This time, naming names and making things clear that the baby bump from 14 years ago was a fake. According to Jaguar Wright, Beyonce used a surrogate who goes by the name of Kathy White. Allegedly, on day of Blue's delivery, the Carters paid the hospital a sum of $1.3 million and asked that they shut the whole place down so that no pictures would be taken. Hence, there would be no evidence that she used a surrogate.
Beyonce couldn't get pregnant, not naturally. What I do know is this. Beyonce got on that stage with that fake baby bump. It was lined up with the same timing of where Kathy White would have been in her second trimester. The timeline of when she delivered Blue Ivy lines up almost perfect with the timeline of when Kathy White would have delivered.
The hospital in question, Lenox Hill Hospital, denied these claims. They made a public statement that neither Beyonce, Jay-Z, nor anyone related or affiliated with the Carters paid them any figure to shut down the entire hospital or even parts of it. However, a majority of their patients that day complained about experiencing stricter security. It was reported that both patients, visitors, and even staff members were prevented from accessing certain parts of the hospital. Now, the question on everybody and their mama's lips is, who exactly is this Kathy White? Well, Kathy used to work as an industry publicist as well as a health and fitness expert in LA. She also did a little acting on the side. She was reportedly in close proximity to several celebrities. It's unclear how Kathy got into Jay-Z's circle, but word is that they had a mutual friend named Claudia Jordan. And there's also a photo leak showing Jay-Z, Diddy, and Kathy partying together in Las Vegas. According to former Star journalist Liz Crokin, who leaked this story, she had initially asked Kathy about her association with Jay-Z, which she denied, claiming that she had no ties to him. Not until this photo got leaked and Kathy reached back out to her that she would like to go public with her story. Liz reported in December of last year in a post where she wrote, "In 2011, I was the reporter Jay-Z's alleged mistress, Kathy White, was going to do an interview with and go public with her story. A few days later, she was found dead. I have said for years I believe she was murdered and Jay-Z was involved."
Under the impression that she was very strongly considering talking to me and telling me her story about her affair with Jay-Z. So a few days go by and I'm following up with her, I'm calling her, and I can't get a hold of her. And I believe that this went on for a few days. And it was just really weird because she always answered her work phone. I thought it was really strange that she was answering her phone. She was MIA. I didn't know what the deal was. So I ended up reaching out to one of her colleagues. And when I finally got hold of one of her colleagues, they told me that she's dead. And I said, "What?" And she said, "Yes, she's dead." And I said, "Well, what do you mean she's dead? What happened to her? This was just a beautiful, young, seemingly healthy 28-year-old woman. I was told that she didn't have any health issues, and it was very shocking to hear." And her colleague did not know what happened to her or how she died or why she died, but all she knew is that she was dead. So obviously when I heard this, it was very troublesome and disturbing to find out that this woman who possibly was going to give me an exclusive story on her affair with one of the most powerful rappers in the world, that's very disturbing, and it certainly is very convenient for Jay-Z, isn't it, that she died.
Kathy allegedly died in her apartment of a brain aneurysm at the age of 28. A lot of people around her testified that she was healthy as a horse and did not indulge in life's frivolities like smoking or drinking, so it was pretty weird that she died just like that, and right in the middle of wanting to reveal something reportedly groundbreaking. People have drawn allusions that Kathy was carrying Jay-Z's baby, and that's the same baby who we now know as Blue Ivy Carter. Jaguar has been fanning the flames of this rumor. However, no conclusions have been made yet. Diddy, who used to be in close cahoots with Jay-Z, has also been accused of getting rid of ex-girlfriend Kim Porter, who died under suspicious circumstances and right in the middle of an itch to reveal some hidden truths as well. Kim's ex and baby daddy, I'll be sure, has suggested that she was unalive too because of how she mysteriously passed away from pneumonia.
Hinting, saying,
posting.
Yeah.
I get calls, take it down or else, so on and so forth.
but this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Diddy, who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah,
yes.
They're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago, I posted some information that was basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Furthermore, Jaguar Wright has claimed that Jay-Z is way worse than Diddy.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it. Want to know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin and ripping you? I can tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen shit. That Cassie, that's nothing. I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me, and he's got it on tape. Just like Diddy. It's gonna be the women that get him in the end.
And to add to all of that, the lyrics to Beyonce's song Daughter and Heaven, which referenced a body laid out on the floor, bloodstains, and her costume couture, and how heaven couldn't wait for a certain person, have led fans to believe that Beyonce did lose her first child and that Kathy's was either used as a replacement or she acted as a surrogate all the way, allegedly.
Theory, I need the lyrics for Beyonce Daughter. Okay, let's read these lyrics. Verse 1. Your body laid out on these filthy floors.
Your body laid out on these filthy floors.
Your stains on my custom couture.
Your stains on my custom couture.
Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan.
Bathroom attendant let me right in. She was a big fan.
These days, people have been exposing celebrities left and right. At this very moment, news just hit the tabloids that Kanye West's clone has been discovered too. There's been speculation for years that there is something wrong with that man, that he is not like the old Kanye. And now it looks like they done found the old Kanye.
I miss the old Kanye.
Like this video and subscribe so you know all about it when that report drops. In the meantime, here's what a couple people have to say about this whole mess. This person said, I think she looks more like Kathy White than Beyonce. I can believe this story, especially since they had the whole hospital shut down for them. Another person added, I knew there was a surrogate, but I didn't think it was Kathy White. It makes sense why Bey had their entire hospital floor to herself. And finally, this person concluded, wouldn't be the first female's life Jay-Z took. Let's not forget Aaliyah. But we would like to know what y'all really think about this. Do you believe the hype that Beyonce had some complications and instead used a surrogate for Blue's pregnancy? Or even much more messier, that she did not want to ruin her perfect figure, so she allegedly hired Kathy as a surrogate? Y'all, let us know down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and watch this next video, baby, because it gets just as messy.